did it. We're here. We're alive. Nate, that is actually a musical saw, or as they like to call it in the bluegrass world, the acoustic theremin. Very keen on you to be able to hear it, especially as it's turned down so low. Hey everybody, we made it. I'm here. It finally happened. This has been kind of a rough morning. Not moving near the way I want to. But I'm doing my best. So thank you for joining me. Let's see here. I've moved things around in my studio. So maybe the face cam is a little bit better quality. Maybe. Certainly closer. How's everybody doing? I have one more live stream of me having to look over to the screen to read everything because the camera, the cable that I got to make this old monitor that my wife was using for her office, it was the wrong size to fit my computer. So I've got to get that all plugged in, and then I will be able to look straight ahead, not step away basically from the workspace. It'll be nice. It'll make live stream much more enjoyable. But needless to say, my art space is a total wreck right now. Absolutely a total wreck. So, I'm going to let's see how bad it is. That's not so bad. It's not so bad. Right. How's everybody doing? How you feeling? Sound off. What's up, Cat's Paw? How you doing? What's up, my manager? I'm glad that you're here. So for today, I've got a couple fun plans while we talk and plot out world domination as same thing we do every night, Pinky. I like, because my art space is kind of totally tore up right now. I don't really have anything to paint. I mean, I have stuff to paint. It's just I can't really paint right now, not easily. So I'm just gonna be building stuff today. Fuck it, let's have fun building stuff. I love building stuff. It's always so good. Last stream I think was a total success. Ready for a relaxing nap? Here, building special sister characters. Palos. SD to Matt. That's hilarious. Hopefully SD, little SD, big head, big eyes, can get a nice little nap in. You know what? I wish I wanted the sister stuff so bad. I don't really get into the Imperium stuff that often. Like, I have AdMech, but I don't really call AdMech the Imperium, as they're more like Mars. They care not for the follies of man. I think that they're kind of using the whole situation to get ahead of the curve here. Let's see here. I got one of these, and I got another one of. Wait, no, not that one. I got another one of these. If you get two of these kits, you can put them together and make a crawler, of which I'm like super stoked about. That's kind of like the reason why I did it, because I want to make this big crazy mech. I also got some cool armor stuff. Needless to say, I've got a lot of cool stuff in the 30-minute missions for Gamma Wolves, and I figured since I can't really paint today, what I'll do is I will do build some models, work on some basing, get stuff ready for like some future airbrushing projects. Just kind of like keeping my options open for the future of things. So that's where I'm at today. Um, how unapologetically awful they are. What's wrong with them? Are they just like bad sculpts? I mean, like someone someone at GW needs to learn how to sculpt women's faces or paint women's faces because they like I mean they have like the GW jank to them, which is kind of cute and adorable, but also like totally like monstrously horrible looking sometimes. I'm like, what are you guys doing? What is this? The sculpts are great. Okay. But I see what you're saying. The Imperium thing in general is awful. Gotcha. So, while I'm opening things and talking and hanging out, I figure I would talk about my mental health, the enjoyment of the channel and the live streams. Also get feedback from your enjoyment of the channel and the live streams and the podcast and everything. I know I did like the quiz, the survey the other day, and that was enlightening. I got some great feedback and ideas, very supportive, which is honestly really what you want when you do something like that. But also I'm in kind of this interesting space where like a little bit behind how the sausage is made, which I know is a disgusting way to explain it. I suck at the holidays. I'm really bad at them. I just get kind of weird and dark and bitter, which sucks. It's not what I want to be. It's not who I feel I am, but it is part of it. So I do my best to try to like stay positive or stay as healthy as I possibly can, which is not always doable. But what I encountered this year was like I had this podcast that I had to keep up with, and if I stopped the podcast, in the middle of the holiday, I would probably run into zones where it was like mentally too hard for me to actually navigate and do new episodes. I needed to be on it as far as like good luck with that. Yeah, that's really funny. So I did like my last episode I recorded was like the first week of November or the second week of November. And so I had been releasing episodes off of old content, which I think some of you figured out pretty quick, especially if you're in my Patreon. I'm as Cat's Paw once told me, maybe I'm too honest and open about this stuff, and maybe a little mystery is good, which I agree, and that's some good feedback. I've always been bad at that shit, like literally always been bad at it. So I'm just analyzing my sprues right now, kind of looking at what model I have here. I've never built this one, and it's I love these multi-plastic kits. They're so cool. Multicolor plastic kits. White, gray, clear. It's just absolutely brilliant. It's brilliant. Very cool stuff. But coming back into the new year, I was like, got to get the podcast, got to get some new episodes. I knew I was probably always gonna take a little break between here and there, just because of the nature of my show. I just can't. I can't keep on going as hard as I was. being one of the only miniature podcasts that does a weekly release is super cool. It is also extremely hard. It is way harder than I expected it to be, especially at this stage in my career. I've put so much time into getting a weekly release schedule on it that that it's starting to take its toll on me mentally. So like the hit that moment where like, hey dude, burnout is imminent. Stop torturing yourself right now. And start thinking about what you really want to do with the podcast and the show and the channel. And so I had really over the holiday break a lot of time to think, which was great. I needed it. I needed some time to stop, think, understand, what makes me happy. And truth be told, talking with people, it makes me super happy. As an extrovert during pandemic times, I need that community. I need to talk to people for my wife's happiness and my own. She needs a break from me just obsessing about nerd stuff, and I need to talk to nerds who are as obsessed as I am. Is the short and sweet of it. So I there. Okay. So I just sat down and thought a lot about the future of how I need to handle this, and my first interview back, I've been wanting to talk with Brush for Hire for a really long time, and then a lot of stuff kind of got in the way for me and for him, and we kind of forgot until just like a couple weeks ago. So we finally talked earlier this week, and then here's one of my favorite like behind the scenes part is that like victory achieved. Congratulations. One of the best parts about talking with all of these people who I respect and enjoy is the fact that like after we're done recording the episode, a lot of times we sit and talk just about shop and stuff, kind of candid and off the record. And Brush for Hire and I sat and talked till almost 1 o'clock in the morning. It was awesome. It was great to get to know him. He's a very sweet guy, but also it made me realize that I donated an entire night to recording the podcast. I still had to record an intro to the podcast. I still had to edit the podcast and get it together, and then I had to render it, and then I had to get it uploaded. And so a second night had to go to the podcast, and at that point, like I was starting to get a little grumpy about it, which is totally understandable, as like I just didn't have any break or any way to like get away from it. And then the third day I had to upload and get it ready for the Patreon so they could get it and have it until it goes live next week. And so I lost 3 days of doing things this week for the podcast. And while like that's not a horrible amount of time, when you are the only person working on it and you don't have a team of people kind of keeping you motivated, it's really hard. It is extremely hard. Bone Ripper, what's going on? How you doing today? I'm doing very well. I'm talking about the future of the podcast and the channel and everything, and how I'm going to adjust my time investment into things. That here's where I'm speeding the story up now. I realized that I had lost all of my momentum. What was keeping me doing a weekly release schedule was the fact that I have been doing a weekly release schedule since the end of March. So I've had almost a full year, like 10 months of weekly releases, sometimes multiple releases in a week. I put out a prolific body of work last year, which I'm proud of, so proud of, but also like I realized that that's not something I can keep up. It's straight up like I've lost all of my momentum. that break, which I should have guessed would have happened, you know, between November and now, is that like I would get to the end of it and none of it would like I would have lost all my steam, and trying to get back into it was much harder. I should have been prepared for that, but I wasn't. So I had kind of like this total crisis of faith this week of like how am I going to do this? The things that I want to do with the YouTube channel are not just podcast related, although podcast is a big part of it. You know, I needed something. You know, I needed a little break, and to get some clarity of like what I want to do to help grow, you know, the Murder Basement YouTube channel. Because like the podcast, I think, will kind of always just do what the podcast does. It performs super consistently, which is awesome. Like it's so cool to know that like people just show up every week for more Murder Basement stuff. What's up, Millennial Model Mayhem? What's going on? First time in live chat. Hey, dude, that is true. That is your first time. Hey, I'm glad that you're here. Like, I'm so glad that all of you guys show up. This is like one of the, like, it's such a cool thing to be able to do this. And, you know, like, I love the live stream and the instant response, the instant back and forth of, you know, having an audience to bounce ideas off of. So yeah, so I'm here's what my thought is right now. And you guys tell me if I'm crazy. I am thinking about taking the podcast to a bi-weekly format where I only do you know, every other week. Oh my god, just order Gamma Wolves. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. And thanks. I'm pretty proud of that. I've never done a podcast alone. I've only ever done it with friends. And when you have a team of people, it's really easy to stay motivated, as like the team needs you. There's this cool thing to make you motivated. And for me right now, what motivates me is talking with people who I respect and enjoy and celebrate. That's a great feeling. And that will still be here. That will be something that I still do. But I think that going to a release schedule that's a little bit more open for me time-wise is going to be really important for my long-term stability, as I won't burn out. I will I will have some time to take a break and actually like you know, get through this content creation thing in one piece. You know, that's really the goal here is be able to put stuff out in a way that is healthy. And oh man, I got the burps today. Sorry about that. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Arnold DeGans, right? He's live. I'm telling you, live. I'm built more for this, and because like I get to do creative things live, like build things. It helps me. Like I've got this huge backlog that it's. I've talked a lot about it with you guys. We've all admitted that our piles of shame and potential are, they're massive. I think every other week is fine. Yeah. So yeah, I think bi-weekly will do a couple good things for me. So here's the sausage part of making a podcast. Even though it may not always seem like it, I spend a lot of time researching the people who I interview, and you can tell when I don't have enough time to actually do proper research. Like with C Mike from Fables, like that was one of those that like happened so fast. And while I'm actually like really glad it happened as fast as it did, as like I really like C Mike. We talk quite a bit about D&D and game design stuff. Just to, like that's been a friendship that like I really appreciate right now. So like I'm glad that happened. But like I fished the entire episode to find the thread, the thing that connects all of us, that like all of you will relate to, that is easy to talk about, and that is hard. That is a really hard thing to Grand Tams. Oh my God, what's up, dude? How you been? Hope things are going well for you and Steven. I hope Happy New Year. I hope you guys are I hope you guys are making it, and well, St. Louis has been a very weird place this year. Reveal your sausage to us. Come on, Matt. Come on. Let's see here. There's definitely a reason you are the only weekly miniature podcast. Yeah, I realized, like, I'm sitting here watching Trapped Under Plastic and Paint Bravely, and I'm so excited to every week get one of those. And like it's really weird to think that like every week I get one of those, and I realize that like, oh, I'm doing double the work and I'm one person. And like Trapped Under Plastic, Scott's wife is doing the editing right now, and oh my God, I cannot remember her name, and I feel so bad about that. She like seems totally sweet, and the fact that she has like offered to do that is massive. I don't remember. Oh well. So yeah. Anzig, my friend, how you been, buddy? Bi-weekly could be good. Yeah. Cat's Paw, that's there's a lot of people that have that get backed up on it, especially if I'm interviewing somebody who you may not know, and so you don't jump on it entirely. Like the backlog gets big. But like I have all this like idea for like YouTube content that I'm like stoked to work on, because I want to do something cool and different on my YouTube about kind of the more philosophical edge of the miniature hobby and the things that we do. Giggling Gigap, what's up, my friend? Amber actually sounds right, but I don't remember. So here's another like really amazing like Brush for Hire will be coming out next week. So in the every other week thing, 2 weeks from that, you will be able to see Giggling Geekette on my podcast. And you haven't already followed Giggling Geekette, you need to. Just period. She's one of my favorite streamers, and we talked about some amazing stuff. And right now she's working on this project that I think is going to be so important for the health of streamers, both young and old. She is going to do something that I don't think has been done yet, in a way that actually specifically for like art streamers, it's just going to be absolutely huge. So I'm like thrilled and stoked. But yeah, my Amber, yeah, that sounds right. And Latino, hi, if I didn't say hi, also hi, thank you. How you doing today? So yeah, I need to do something to get through some of my backlog of videos, because like I can't spend 3 days a week working on the podcast, so I need to do some things. I got some new editing software from Humble Bundle that should make the editing process faster once I figure out how to use it. There's a little bit of a learning curve there, but I definitely am in that weird zone of like, if I can reduce the amount of time working on the podcast but still give you guys a really good product, I would be absolutely stoked, because I want to do a good job for you. I've never had a community like this, and I don't, specifically the Patreon, I don't ever want to do anything that betrays their time and trust in me, because like it's I don't know, it's really hard to describe. It's one of the best feelings I have ever felt, having a community, especially through something like COVID. Having you guys here, like, thank you, absolutely thank you. Demat, you had never seen Giggling Geek yet? Oh man. You were gonna love it. You were gonna love it. It's just so, like, if you need a vacation from a day, it is truly a safe space. You get there, and man, it's for me one of the most important things whenever I don't get a lot of time to watch it, like when I'm not at work, and so sometimes I just like turn it on when I'm like having a day, and I'm just like, yeah, this is the right pace for me right now. This is what I needed. Nevik, what's going on, my friend? You thought you had, but apparently not. Dude, you're gonna love it. Not bad, just vibing. Cool. So, I'm gonna go for a little bit to bi-weekly, and maybe it gets to the point where I get my momentum back and I start feeling it. I get my groove back and I'm in it. And if that's the case, that would be so fun to be here. But also, like, if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to torture myself with it. I'm going to just go at the pace that I need to do to stay positive and actually do a good job here. Because the problem is if I get myself too in my head, I will fail miserably. And I don't want to do that. This is oh my god, I gotta stop this. Hold on. What's happening? How are you in here? Dude, Nevik, isn't it good? No harsh vibes. Get out of there, geek out. Yeah. Paul John's life. Hey, how you doing? Glad that you're here. So here's another thing that happened. So the music from the band Cobalt is under Creative Commons, and some crazy bot company has claimed that they own the copyright on it and put copyright claims all over my last video on YouTube. So I actually probably shouldn't be playing music, just doing silent streams, which I might have to go to as well. We'll see. That copyright claim thing really pisses me off a lot, because somebody's basically took the ability for me to monetize that last video away so they can get like the 17 cents for somebody else's work. And I messaged the company. I was like, we got to fix this. And unfortunately, they're an Italian company, so like their English is a little hard. And so I'm asking them for things like a mechanical license to be able to play their music live. And because it's all Creative Commons, that doesn't really exist. And it's just like more effort than I think they're really wanting to do. So I had to remove them from my playlist to keep my stream safe and healthy. But oh man, it's so frustrating. Content creation in 2020 is a crazy place. Yeah, YouTube are crazy. Yeah, millennial, you're totally right. It's so frustrating. Shoshi got a copyright claim on a song that she paid the rights to do something with. And I think it's the reason why she no longer uploads on YouTube, because she's just tired of dealing with it. It's really easy to exploit. Thomas, what's going on, man? How you doing? Yeah, YouTube's review structure is really archaic. It's weird. They're just like, yeah, figure it out. Sorry you're having a problem. Here's some articles. Like, I messaged them. I was like, am I going to get in trouble if I do a claim against this? And they're like, Well, I mean, like, if you don't have the own the copyrights to it, and they can prove that they do, we'll hit you with a copyright strike. And it's like, oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Geekette, if you're still here, how's your your one shot coming? Are you ready for that today? It wasn't on the floor, it was stuck to me. Yeah, I'm a little nervous about that. Nice thing is almost all my music is on YouTube and is protected under the YouTube content creator clause. So therefore, if it gets flagged, it would flag it for me to see. So we'll see. We'll see how that all works out. If you just pay it, we'll cut it in half. Yeah, dude. Oh my God. So here's a Heath story that is like quintessentially Heath. As many of you know, I'm against littering 100%. Don't litter. Our Earth is a beautiful place. Let's keep it beautiful. So I got a speeding ticket. I was listening to a podcast one night, and there was nobody on the road, and I was just driving. Didn't even think about it. And I was like going like 85 miles an hour listening to this podcast because it was like I was literally the only car on the freeway. So I was just driving at the pace that I felt was safe, and I just wasn't even really thinking about it, which, you know, in hindsight is also not safe. So I I get pulled over by a cop, and I don't get pulled over at all anymore in St. Louis. There's this weird thing that happens when you're in a city that is racially biased against people not of your color. If you're white, you just kind of disappear to the cops. We're out in Oregon, like where I grew up, like I was getting pulled over once a week. So like for many years, I drove very scared because I was always getting harassed by police. Here, I just disappear. I am unimportant. None of the players are here, so oh my God, winter festival games. Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. I dig it. I absolutely dig it. Yeah, and millennial. That is one thing that I'm really fortunate. I have a lot of music, and I've told Twitch people and YouTube people if they want to use any of my music, as long as you're not using like the Murder Basement theme, go for it. Just like put a link in the description saying, hey, check out my music, because us content creators, it's really difficult and really frustrating if you if you don't have your own music to play. It is crazy. So that's kind of one of the things that I'm like, yeah, please use my music, have fun with it. Just, you know, don't claim it's yours. So I get pulled over, I get a ticket, and it was like, the cop was like, I can't even pretend not to give you a ticket. You know, I clocked you at 85 miles an hour. I was like, damn, I didn't realize I was going that fast. There's literally no one on the road. He's like, yeah, if you were going like 5 miles lower, I could ignore it. But at this point, like, it's already printing out your ticket. So, so I got a ticket for it. And I went to one of those like traffic lawyer cops guys, and he took my ticket and got it forgiven. But here's how he had to do it, and this is the thing that pisses me off the most. He pleaded it down to littering in public. So now on my Scotch and Hobbies, how you doing, buddy? So now I on my record, I am a known litterer in St. Louis, and it makes me so mad. Like, again, I would much rather be a litterer than get, you know, points on my insurance, but still, it's so frustrating. Yeah, dude, Matt, that with Casey doing that, because like I have an album that I Ortho Litterbug. I know, right? It's so maddening. Um, because I have one album that is copywritten, I have intentionally left that off this playlist because I don't want to get in trouble with it. And it's going to be so frustrating getting a copyright claim for that one half a song that was played that I took all the songs off the list, but for some reason the list still had them on there. What irony. The gang's all here. It is. It's not a test you. It's yeah. That is true, but it's still frustrating, you know. I managed to be like you know, a crazy against the law type person in Oregon for years and not getting in trouble at all. I move out here to St. Louis and I get in trouble. So frustrating. Mini Model Mayhem, are you in the YouTube creators Discord? If you aren't, you should be. Used rubbers. That is disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. I haven't heard it called that in many years. Okay, good. I'm glad. Yeah, I told everybody in the YouTube creator class, if they, or creator Discord, if they wanted to use my music, they can. I think only a couple of people have taken me up on it. So nice, dude. Okay, so like, Brent may not release the most YouTube videos, but he is one of the most important aspects of this hobby right now, and I don't think that can be understated how important his presence is and how he's bringing so many different people to the table. It's amazing. I'm thrilled that he you know, if he's not actually releasing videos all the time, he's making sure that this place is growing and people are getting the support that they need to help continue to grow. He's a stinking hero. Just bringing everything full circle. Oh, God. So yeah, so that's the short and sweet of where I'm at right now as far as podcast is still going, and it's gonna go strong, and I have a feeling it's gonna get better and better, especially as I slowly start to develop the phase 2 of what the podcast can be. I'm very excited for the future right now. But I definitely needed to take a second to look at my mental health and my enjoyment with this thing that I you know, have built, so I can continue doing it in a way that that is sustainable, because I don't want to burn out. I don't want to burn out at all. I'm it feels like I'm too old to fail again. And like, most of the time of failing came to a point where, like, emotionally I'd get like this, I would retreat, I'd lose all momentum, I would find some sort of normality in my malaise, and then when it came time for me to get back to it, I just wouldn't. I would like be like, okay, well, that was fun. Brent equals Coopertown Hobbies. Yeah. Long time ago, you were using some Creative Commons music, and apparently someone used that. Appealed, sent YouTube a link to the music. You know what? That's probably what I need to do. I've been just muting my old thing, and that takes forever. Yeah, Brent Coopertown. Yeah, that's impressive, man. Because yeah, it's one of those things that the copyright strike is brutal, and you don't want that. You don't want that at all. that can be a channel killer. As like from Rob's tabletop world, he got a content strike, and they like stopped sharing his stuff. It like really hurt the growth of his channel, you know. That's I don't want that. I like what I do. I want to keep on being a positive content creator for y'all. Oop, chopped a little bit too much of that. Oh well. I mean, who knows? Maybe it would have. I don't actually know. It seems like with every iteration of the YouTube algorithm, they've gotten better at allowing us to do things. So I don't know. But, you know, short and sweet is like, you guys are the best, period. Thank you so much for being here, hanging out. Like, the live stream is like really my, it's my favorite time of the week. Because I actually get to do something fun and creative, help work through my crazy backlog of stuff that is, you know, sometimes a little hard to look at. So like being able to have like an audience here to enjoy this with and hang out, really, it's very cool. It's very cool, and I appreciate all of you so much. Imitation spam. I love it. Millennial Model Mayhem. I actually I wanted to build this guy today, but I was going to talk about bases. This is what I'm thinking about doing. I'm going to use the this is a 30 minute missions base. This is the snow base, even though it's the same base as the desert base. That's awesome, Matt, and that's really what I want to do. I want you to like feel like you're getting to know the people like fully, absolutely. So this is going to be a medium base. Hold on one second. Let me grab the other stuff. So, small bases are the action base 2s, because they're small. Inky John, what's up, my friend? How you been? How you doing? It's been so long since I've seen you here. Thank you so much. How's life? Yeah, pre-textured is very convenient. And then for the extra large ones, this is the action base 1 or 4. This is the big one. And so I want to use these as my basing, but you know, and then I'll prime them and I'll do some stuff with them to make them more intense and badass. And so I went down to my legit murder basement. So Cat's Paw, I can see YouTube and Twitch. You guys in the chat box can see both, but I have not figured out a way to combine them. I went down to the murder basement and I got things for my kill kit. Got zip ties. It's been kind of disturbing to think about, but like my wife and I, we have a lot of cool tools and stuff. We have a lot of house supplies. What does that say? Oh my god, I missed that. Albertsman. Thank you for joining us, Albert Sumen. That's awesome. I hope you're having a good day. I also have all this like mesh material that I'm going to use. Right? We like my wife is one of the most like badass people on the planet. When I first met her and I was like dating her, and we ended up, I moved in almost instantly, because we were traveling with the circus, so like it was either we lived together or life got weird, so we lived together. And life still got weird because two people learning how to live together is pretty difficult. Yeah, exactly, Cat's Paw. And eventually I'll figure it out. Like, so here was the thing: I could have either used Restream, and I would have had to pay them $30 a month to get it without a Restream watermark, to have chat all combined in one area. And I'm not paying anybody $30 a month because sometimes this channel, the live stream, doesn't make $30 a month. So like, I'm not gonna do that. So I went with Streamlabs Prime. What's going on? Darvinger, thank you so much for the follow. How you doing today? Welcome to the Murder Basement. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's really pricey. And like Prime on Streamlabs was also very pricey, but at least, it wasn't like it wasn't, with my last Twitch payout and my Patreon, which is what the Patreon's there for, is to help navigate prices like this. They were able to get me through to pay for a year of Prime. I also can get more dynamic themes and things like that, which I was eventually going to play with, just to make the stream look a little bit cooler. But it's one of those weird things where I don't know how to navigate it quite yet, to be completely honest. So I'm working on it. It's getting better. I'm moving my cameras around, so my face, actually I'm a little off center still. It's so funny. Well, so like Cat's Paw, like that, the problem like with like all of these things is like you either have to be independently wealthy, which I am not. I'm independently self-sufficient, with my wife's income and my own. But even still, like COVID has hit us really hard this year financially, so we have to like be really smart about how we how I hobby, how we buy things for the house. And I'm just telling you right now, YouTube and podcast stuff is like way back on the list, so like it has to kind of pay for itself, of which thank you so much for the support via the Patreon, via the Twitch subs. We now have memberships on YouTube, of which I totally forgot to make that video live today. It shows you how like I'm just not functioning like a regular functioning adult at the moment. So that's another way to support, of which like the Twitch split's not great, but it gets there eventually. And eventually they will remove that as a place to support. I've asked them to, just so money can be spent in more prudent ways here. But we'll see. We'll see how if they ever fix that. What is going on with that piece? It is still attached. There we are. Independently broke. I feel ya. Oh, that's awesome. What mic did you end up getting, man? It sounds like a tattoo. So yeah, I'm just doing my best to like navigate this future, to make sure that financially I'm not putting my family in any harm's way for the channel, but also doing it in ways that I can reach a broader audience, and having the YouTube crew in here is really cool. Jab, what's going on? Revealed how Mike's secrets. The Yeti Nano. Dude, those little Yetis are fantastic, man. And it's amazing. It's amazing what like a little mic like that will do to your stream. Oh my god, this is a lot of pieces. Dr. Tentacle, how you doing today, man? Is that a beefy bass in the background? What you're probably seeing is my my baritone telly. Hold on, I'll show it to you. It's wild. So I traded some framing with a buddy to help finish this guitar up for me. I bought all the pieces for it. Let's see. So it's a pine body, which is not a great tone wood, but I have really hot P90 pickups on it. This crazy brass bass, so it's really bright. But it is a I have 30 minutes to finish. Oh no, it's the 30-minute mission. But I did a baritone neck on it, so it stays in tune a little bit better. But it's like, it's such a fun guitar to play, and it's like, it's heavy sounding with a nice little bit of overdrive. So I love using it. Nemesis, how you doing? Thanks so much for the follow. Sexy. I need to do something to stain it and like finish the body, but it's just like raw wood, and so it's just like aging and yellowing. I used to be anti-Fender guy when it came to their guitars, but now after spending enough time with their guitars, I am like, just so you know, we're building this one. We're building the quadruped size, so we're doing this. Ah! Oh yeah, so I was thinking about doing like a hand oil stain, two thin coats. You son of a bitch, Scotch and Hobbies. I you know what? That's not a bad idea. Like taking it and like doing like some cool stenciling stuff. Ooh, that's a good idea. Shit, I could even do a YouTube video about it. Like, my whole new thing that I've been really enjoying is thinking about in all the different ways this hobby has made my life better. And one of it is I've learned that all of the things that I do, I can use in other facets of my life. It's fascinating. Duncan approves. Blast that wood with one thick load. See, Orthober, you could probably pull off the one thick load thing, because you've got the you've got the wood magic going on there. All right. First thing I'm going to do is get rid of Roy, because Roy, it's easy to build. It's 3 parts. Tell ya. Twitch, Twitch is super important, I think, for the miniature community, and for me specifically, I don't want to do anything that gets rid of it. Like, I may not like how they do things, which is why I'm removing my financial future from their control until I am at a place where like partner makes sense to do with them, which I don't know if it ever will, to be completely honest, because I get more. As much or more people watching me on YouTube, and I love that. I love that fact. If I can appeal to a broader audience, I think that's really cool. Roy, check this thing out. Check this thing out. Yeah, it's Lego sorting. It's absolutely Lego sorting. This is. I used to think that stuff like this you could call high stakes Legos. I think what's his name, Dimitri Martin, made a joke about that. And these may seem like high stakes Legos. Building synths was high stakes Legos, because you're basically just following directions, and at the end you have a beautiful musical instrument. Due to sunburst, hobby cross pollination. Yeah. Just experience kids. Mikey, what's going on, dude? How you been? I don't know what a Shosugi ban is. I don't know. Now you're talking about stuff that I'm like... have that one solder a bridge and blow a chip. Oh, I have done that one. I built a Gunpla music easel, and I definitely had a couple little solder balls make little arcs, and those old like CMOS chips explode. They fucking explode. It like violently explode. Very cool. Very cool stuff. Okay, so here's the way it works as far as what helps me the most. Oh, the burnt wood. Oh, that's an interesting idea. And the pine would actually, like, if I wire brushed it and then burnt it, that could be pretty cool. Decapping a cat possessed. So the cool thing about Geekat, like, the cool thing about Gundam is they have so many different models. You don't have to like buy one that is like, these are like generic models, because I'm gonna paint these up and get weird with them, where like you don't feel like you have to do the box art, and because they're like really generic colors, they're just green, gray and black and white. But for like, they have like anime character kits and things like that. They have Pokemon kits. They have these things called Haropla that I really want to get. They're these little like cute balls that you can modify and do cool things with. That you don't have to do the thing that everybody wants you to do. Like, you can change it up pretty coolly. There we go. Fluke Skywalker, what's going on? I have blown many speakers in my day as being a musician. I thought I would be doing it all the time with my modular synth stuff, and I did not somehow. I feel very fortunate about that. Yeah, if you ever are interested in it, hop in the Discord. Demat is like super versed in it, and I can help you navigate some of it, but like he has helped me navigate a ton of it, and it's been really helpful to kind of decide what I want to do as far as look and stuff goes. Flukes, I'm doing pretty well today. We were having some good time building some stuff, talking about the future of the channel, and and it makes me really happy to be here with all you guys today. It's just what the doctor ordered. So yeah, what was I saying? I was gonna say something. And my brain just kind of got sidetracked a little bit, which is very common. It's in a bass speaker. I don't have solder drip scars on my legs, but I do have welding scars. I have one of the worst injuries I ever got at work that didn't send me to the emergency room was I had a blob of hot flux off of rosin solder. So I was building a giant brush rake for a D8 Caterpillar. It rolled off the edge down onto my foot. So and I had leather boots, except for the tongue on the boots was nylon, and so the tongue caught the ball of solder, and of course it melted all the way through. And like, you know, I'm soldering in like I'm welding in 20-degree weather, thinking like, oh, it's getting hot, you know. And every once in a while I've caught my pant leg on fire and stuff, and you know, you just kind of laugh that off, you know, it happens. And it just kept on getting hotter and hotter, and then it just started hurting. And I looked down, and there's this blob of molten metal on my foot, and I had to rip off my boot, of which, like, trigger warning, content warning. Like, if you don't want to hear this, plug the ears or mute me for a second. You muted? Okay. Peeled off skin because it was all melted together, and I didn't have anything to dip my foot in outside because it was the middle of winter and disgusting, except for an old, like, you know, 5-gallon paint bucket that had like old oil in it. And so I dipped my foot into old oily frozen water, and because like I had to stop the burn, and it just was nasty and infected and painful. It was one of the worst things I've ever experienced in my entire life. Period. Really painful. All right, content warning over. You guys can come back. Yeah. Yeah, that would do it. So you asked what someone asked, now I don't remember who asked what place monetarily helps me best. Truthfully, Patreon is the one that helps me the best. They take the least amount of money out of it. And you know, the cool thing about Patreon is we have a community that you know, I can bounce ideas off you guys with outside of you know, like Twitch and Discord. You get episodes early. I'm also looking at other things to do to make it a little bit more beneficial. Like, you know, second would be YouTube memberships. They take the second least amount, and that's totally fine. And I'm basically treating that like Patreon memberships, but I don't. I'm not going to put a bunch of extra stuff into it. Like, if you give me $10 a month, I'll give you the discount the same way that anybody who gives me $10 a month gets on Patreon. And that sort of thing. And then third would be Twitch. Twitch is just it's a place where you can get, you know, the everybody's all excited about the emotes. Since I'm not really into that culture, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but I get that you guys like it a lot. So I'm not gonna knock it, but it's the last place you should try to support me at, especially right now, as I've already asked to be off-boarded from the Twitch servers. So eventually you won't be able to give me money there, but for some reason they're dragging their sweet. I mean, it may just be one of those things that they know I'm going to keep on streaming, so they're not going to remove that from the way of people being able to support me. So I don't know. That's just me being a conspiracy theorist, though. So yeah, that over the three places: Patreon, YouTube, Twitch. That would be the order. But really, the most important thing that you can do is watch the content, share it with friends, try to get more people behind it. That is easily the most beneficial thing that you can do, easily. Dude, AT Roger, what's going on? Flare! Yeah, sorry about that story. It's horrible. Okay, unmute. Are we done? Yeah. Yeah. I've been injured quite a bit of times working, and that was one that I will never forget. It was so bad, and my dad was like, like he was proud of me for getting like leather boots, and we didn't even realize that the tongue was nylon. Didn't even think about it, and so like that was one of those that you live, you learn. Or you lose, you learn. I Alanis Morissette that one for sure. Into the murder basement. There it is. You enjoyed the gory story. Very metal. Dude, I have, like I said, I've been everywhere. I've done everything. I've hurt myself literally every way a person can do it. There's a huge gap. Very confused. Whoa. Dude, Mikey, that's brutal. In the contract, 3 days short. Dude, that's brutal. That sucks. So, one day I was working with the circus, and I loved working for the circus. That was such a fun job, but it was a very dangerous job. I ended up opening up a trailer, and all the stuff had shifted, and a giant trapeze bar, like those things are heavy. They're like the way people go through, they oh dude, a lung infection. Oh man, and I really feel for you there. I have had quite a number of lung problems over my lifetime of work. But I opened up the trailer, and this trapeze came flying out at me and hit me in the face. Just hit me in the face, like a solid forehead, and it about gave me a concussion. I was like, seeing stars. Never open a trailer. Yeah, it was one of those that, like, the way that they had it in there was like really the guy like put it in right at the end, so it just like rolled out, and I thought I was going to be right in the middle of it, so I just kind of stood and like thought I was going to Buster Keaton my way out of it. Nah, nope. But then I got to learn of the amazing healing power of arnica. If you guys haven't ever used arnica, that stuff is kind of amazing. It does a really good job of causing your body to heal quicker. And while it's just an herb that you rub on. You can get it at Walgreens. It's not like some like super exotic thing, but it's pretty incredible stuff. It caused my giant goose egg to disappear in like half the time. It's like Neosporin for people who can't use Neosporin. Whoa, you're tripping from lack of oxygen to the brain. Now that's the most metal thing I think we'll hear all day. I'm glad that you are okay, my friend. Arnica. A-N-A-R-N-E-C-K. Arnica? I don't know. Something like that. it's wild stuff. If you got like a pinched nerve, a bruise, you got something that you just need to get rid of quickly, it's good stuff to have. So what do you do, Mikey? Like what clamps and lack of oxygen? What do you do that puts you that close to the razor's edge? Checking your rearview mirror. Oh no! That's scary. You don't have a rearview mirror? Okay. Okay, let's see here. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? What do we got going on? Arms. We're doing arms now. Roy. Love that this has a name like Roy. That's awesome. A boatyard. Damn. That is... You're 18 and a total idiot. Mikey, I think you and I would have been really good friends at 18. What was your drug consumption? Mine was high. Ooh! Ooh! Whoa, clip by router bit. That's intense. Guys, whoa. Figure skating scars. Now that's something like when I was young, I was like, thinking about skating and all that. Like, oh yeah, this is something I'm fairly decent at, and I started kind of trying to, because I always loved the idea of hockey. We never could afford it. It was always like a school field trip that I would be like, you know what, I like this. This is better than skateboarding because I don't get hit in the nuts all the time. And then I saw the amount of effort it takes to actually be a good skater. Ooh, that is dedication, and I have an immense amount of respect for anybody who can do that. Pavlinik, how you doing, bud? Routers are scary. Absolutely. Planers are very scary as well. I really want actually, we have a planer. I want a jointer. That's what I want. That is the woodworking tool I really want. Tonight comes with a health warning. Yeah. Hey, and if anybody's feeling super uncomfortable with the talk, we should probably change it. I know I can stomach it, but I don't want to be creeping everybody out. Maybe we can do for all of us who have been through these things. Maybe we can do a work injury stream where we can all just kind of talk the horror stories of work together. But if anybody is feeling uncomfortable, let us know. We'll change the subject. That's one thing that I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful of, not freaking everybody out. It's snowing where you're at? Wow. It isn't snowing here in St. Louis, but it is cold. It's 28 degrees right now, and it looks like it should be snowing, and it's not. Bad segue. Hey, Geekette, we needed a segue. you get a bunch of people talking about stuff like that. It's easy. Did you guys ever watch Roadhouse? New content, R-rated versions. I hope you guys have watched Roadhouse. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. There's a scene where Sam Elliott is talking with, what's his name? Oh my god, why can't I remember his name? Patrick Swayze's character, Dalton. And they're talking war stories to try to impress the doctor. And Sam Elliott pulls down his pants to show his scar where he took a bottle right next to his groin. And it's just like old dude pubes. And it's like one of those things. It's one of the most macho things I've ever seen in a movie. And like it's also I've got the part right here in front of me. I'm an idiot. I'm just enjoying the madness while you build. Oh my god, Jeff Healey? Okay, Jeff Healey is one of the best parts of that movie, and most people don't understand that, like, no, he actually is blind. He actually learned how to play guitar like that, and he actually was, like, that good. Like, that was not something like, oh, we got a blind guy acting. Like, no, Jeff Healey was amazing. That was a huge loss to the music industry when he passed. It makes me so sad. He was one of those guys that, you know, he had a lot of health issues. But god damn could he play. Something that also recently happened to me, as we all know, I love music and I love listening to music. We watched the ZZ Top documentary on Netflix. And it took me to the age of 37 years old before I realized that ZZ Top might be one of the best bands of all time. One of the best. He's Canadian too. I did not know about that. That's so sad. He played trumpet as well. Wow, I did not know that. That's fascinating. He was so good. He was so good. Oh hell yeah. A bike courier in Toronto. Oh my god. Now that sounds crazy. Scotch and Hobbies, thanks for the alert. Yeah, so like Tres Hombres, if it wasn't for that album, Tres Hombres is basically the primer for Queens of the Stone Age. Tres Hombres is basically the primer for Clutch. It just took me a second there to think of them. It's an incredible album, and I was just sitting back. I listened to it the other day at work, and I was like, how have I never given ZZ Top any time? And it's because of Legs. Like, I think Legs is a really cheesy song. Like, I get why people like that song. And that whole Eliminator album, like, I thought was really cheesy. Now that I've had some time with it, it's so good. It is, you know, incredible how good that album is. ZZ Top does have a bass player. They're a power trio. My wife described it to me like this, and you guys are gonna fucking love this, especially all my Canadians out there. ZZ Top was the Rush from Texas. And I about died laughing when she said that. Well, here's the weird thing. Eliminator actually is fantastic. It is a really good album, but it is very weird. Well, and my name Barat. They had a couple. They had an album right before El Loco, that's actually really good and really weird. It's got some very bizarre musical choices on it. And it was one that I was like sitting there listening to the whole thing and laughing. It's like every song was good. Even like the stuff that is not really my style. Like I was shocked at how good it all was, you know? Like it's so cool to have a band like that. And you know, the fact that it's been the same 3 members since the beginning means that they're the longest running original lineup in the history of music. You're a big ZZ Top fan. Dude, I'm feeling it now. I think they did. I think they dropped down way low, especially as his voice started, you know, like he spent a lot of years abusing his voice. So I think that the more abuse he put into it, the lower it got. Bone Ripper, Scotland. God damn, I want to go to Scotland so bad. I really do. I really do. I can't wait for COVID to be over to where we can travel and then meet each other and hang out. I'm like so stoked for that. But you know, it's just it's so cool being able to have a band like if any of you watch season 3 of Twin Peaks when they're in the Roadhouse, or the Bang Bang Club is what it was called in that, because that's what it was called in Firewalk with Me. If you were in the Bang Bang Club and they had that one scene where they're like, we're playing one of our favorite hits, ZZ Top, Sharp Dressed Man, and then they went into that like Sharp Dressed Man is actually a fantastic song, and it's just so weird that it's like this 80s like anthem. But like if you listen to that track and just the way that it's written and the drums, the drummer is so good in that band. Just tasty chops, man. No spoilers. Catspaw, have you not watched it yet? Go out. Oh, man. Yeah, Greg Allman. Damn. That was a loss. His son used to come into my Guitar Center all the time. Cannot remember his name right now, but his band was called Honey Pot. I remember that much. Very, very nice guy. Very, very sweet. ZZ Top, never killer. Had you haven't watched it yet, dude. Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. Have you watched any of Twin Peaks? Yeah, the drummer's last name is Beard, and he's the only one who can't grow a beard. I love how the bass player in the middle of the 70s, when they all kind of needed to get away from the fame, he just got a job at an airport, and his name was Joe. He just put a shirt that had his name Joe, and he just lived like a regular guy for 3 years before he went back out at it. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Catspaw, if you haven't seen any Twin Peaks, watch the first season. It's great. Watch the second season. It's rough, but it has greatness in it. Watch Firewalk with Me. Very important to watch Firewalk with Me, and that will probably leave you mad. From Firewalk with Me, at that point, you need to go directly into season 3 of Twin Peaks. Don't wait around to like get into it. Like, watch it all, because season 3 it was years before we found out what Slipknot actually looked like. Right? That's a deep cut. I like that one. That one's a good one. Season 3 of Twin Peaks is one of my most favorite pieces of TV. It is. It's what happens when you give someone like David Lynch unlimited amount of money and time to do what he wants to do. And as an auteur like that, he really needs that time to explore his themes and everything to its fullest potential. But I mean, even the best part is that he took this thing that everybody wanted it, and he just shirked the expectations. He's like, you know what? I know you guys all want this. I know you guys all want to be back into, Twin Peaks. But truth be told, I don't want to do that anymore. And so he didn't give us what we wanted, but he gave us what we deserved. And it's one of those things that it's one of my most favorite pieces of TV now, because it's just so expertly navigated, and it's awkward, it's harsh, but it made for some really amazing TV. And one of the best parts is that, like, it made Fire Walk with Me have a home. Like, that all makes sense now. It makes season 2 kind of like wrap up in a way that you can feel good about it, or better about it, I should say. I don't know if you'll ever feel good about season 2 fully. Dude, Millennial, thanks for hanging out, man. I really appreciate it. It's great seeing you. I'll catch you in the Discord. I'm not as active in that one, but I'm around. And if you guys are ever in the Brush Coven, make sure that you come and hang out. We have a lot of fun in there. But yeah, season 3 of Twin Peaks was really some of the best use of time and nostalgia, and and it was so good having someone like David Lynch break the nostalgia bug and to do something different with a property that he had long been over. Like, they ruined Twin Peaks for him. They, the second he had to reveal who killed oh my god, now I don't remember her name. I'm telling you guys, my brain. Laura Palmer. As soon as he figured out that he showed that was never something he ever wanted to do. When the TV studio made him do that, he had to kill. He essentially had to actually. Awesome, man. I'm glad that you joined. Okay, so Naked Lunch is amazing. I love Naked Lunch. Naked Lunch is David Cronenberg, so it's a little different as far as like intensity goes. But I love David Cronenberg. If you haven't watched Dead Ringers, that is a fantastic movie. Absolutely, just cool movie. Okay, that goes there. That goes there. Okay, cool. So like season 3 is basically like, like him taking control of his property again, even though like he's been done with it for so many years. But he basically, just keeps on getting asked to, re-kill his golden goose over and over again. And so he kind of reacted to that in a way that is, really unexpected. And I so appreciate, Twin Peaks now. It really it's a really special property for me because it's an artist getting a chance to fix the wrongs, but also like do it the way he wants, and that's not always, not many people get that chance, and he nails it. He does a great job with it. Oh, I haven't seen Keta. Oh wait, no spoilers. Hey, I'm just letting you know right now. The whole show is about the death of Laura Palmer. That's the first 30 seconds of the show. I haven't spoiled anything. I have not spoiled anything. But as you get into the show, you'll understand why David Lynch did things the way that he did, and how a TV studio can totally mess that up. And I remember Showcase, they did some really cool stuff. That's something that we never had here, but I want to say Showcase had the original Trailer Park Boys. That's how I was introduced to it when a friend was in Canada. Our friend was in college, and one of his roommates was Canadian, was like, look at this thing. Then we LimeWired it or Kazaaed it. We downloaded it all. Vale Craftworks, how you doing? Thank you so much. Welcome to the Murder Basement. Yeah, I think that's right. It's really interesting when you think about like the creator's agency in making the show that what they want, like we don't have many other art forms other than like film and music that constantly get messed with by people who don't actually understand the medium near as much as that they should. And then when you do have something like a Miramax, which was the Artur film house here in the States, find out that it was ran by a fucking monster. Harvey Weinstein, like horrible guy. But he understood film needed a certain level of freedom to explore. Just too bad he was a fucking nightmare. So it's a really interesting thing to think about. There's the handle one. And put this thing on here. Yeah, this music file is supposed to be EXE, right? Dude, yeah. Twin Peaks is one of those ones. It took me, and if you can't make it through Twin Peaks, don't feel bad. It took me 3 tries to make it through the original Twin Peaks series. The 3rd try, I was in a really emotionally dark place, and it took me, it was like my antidepressants. Like, it was the schadenfreude of the show was like my antidepressants, and I needed it to help me navigate my emotional state. But by the end of it, I felt like good. I felt alive again, and all of a sudden, here we are. It's now one of my most favorite shows. The funny thing is I used to do video game reviews. Oh yeah, yeah. Vincent, how you doing today, man? Yeah, the show suffered. They brought in new writers. They did all sorts of things. Yeah, there's so many things that they did and messed it up. Sergeant Major Clutch, what's going on? But let me see here. Where was my brain going with this? I got all excited. But the Whatever. I'm doing very well, Vincent. Um, the whole. Oh yeah, I used to write video game reviews before I did a video game podcast called "And the Crowd Went Mild." You might be able to find them. It was just like me talking about video games, and then on a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate them, and the 1 to 10 I would never give a number. It was always like something absurd. And so like I think I rated the video game Rage that it did, the first person shooter. I think I rated it a case of Budweiser Lime-A-Rita malt beverage. One of the best ways to kill it. Yeah, giggling you get there's some kind of weird hum. That's this. That's the music. That's Heath. That's my ohm. I tried doing a nice meditative ohm with a tape loop. You can, if you're at all interested in listening to my music, you can go there. Spencer Miller, what's going on, man? How you been, dude? Glad that you're here. Beryl the Painter here, absolutely. How you been, bud? Jinx, how you doing? Yeah, it sounds like a Heath is our weird it sounds like bagpipes. Kind of is like bagpipes. It's actually this. Yeah, Jinx, thanks for checking it out. So this is a synthesizer called the Hive. It is been mainlining the old. Yeah, Vincent, you got it, dude. I'm glad that you're checking out the old episodes of the podcast. That's fantastic. Enjoying the snow. Oh, dude, I bet. Like, I love that you're doing that. My brain could not handle it right now. So this synth is it's a Hive synthesizer. It is a 60 oscillator core. Yeah, 60 oscillators, so you can get 60 notes at once. On a scale of 1 to give a souped up Toyota Corolla. Yeah, that's exactly it. So when I did Twin Peaks, the rating just came up the other day, and that's why I know this. It said my on a scale of 1 to 10, I give Twin Peaks the rating of a handy without lube, and everybody thought that was really funny. I mean, like it will get you there, but it may not be like the best way to do it, because like it's a great show, and when it's good, it is really good, but it's also really it's difficult. It is a difficult one to get through. Season 3 for me fixed all of that. Thanks for Jinx, you met I'm so glad that you met Teals. That's awesome. There's another Twitch streamer who goes by the name Jinx Studios, paints a bunch of skulls, and she hangs out in the Brush Coven every once in a while, and I need to introduce myself to her one time, because I've basically lurked on that for a really long time, and I love her stuff. It's fantastic. Oh my god, that rate hurt you so much. Right? Right? And, and I try not to be so crass, but it was like one of those things. It's like, how do you explain something? Yeah, Jinxed art is amazing. How do you explain something that is so good that like is when it's on its best, it's fantastic, but it's filled with a bunch of like painfulness, and that was what I came up with. Sorry, it went blue. Yes, I'm building the space guy, but I have my boxes here. I have a second one so I can make it in the claw, in the quadruped, which I'm stoked for. I'm thrilled to be building this as a giant freaking monster. All right, arms are done. Waist unit. But yeah, so like, if you ever give Twin Peaks a shot, try to appreciate it for what it is. It's problematic as hell. It has a lot of issues, and it has not aged particularly gracefully. But at its core, there is something there. There is something pure. It just you just have to be all right with it, you know. um the Quad Nova. Yeah. So Jinx, these things are so cool. Like Melkindor, how you doing? Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Murder Basement. Like, I got this guy online the other day. It was $9. And it's easy to build, and they're fun to modify. Vincent, you were pretty accurate in that. They are all weird, like, archetypes that, yeah, there's a definite thing happening there. So I did this and did absolutely totally in the old Robotech Transformers vibe. So I did this model where I copper leafed it and aged it, and I'm now like so stoked. And I did my little Roy. Look at that little guy. Yeah, cheap, fun to paint, fun. And like, so I'm working on a YouTube video about like people in the hobby realizing that the hobby isn't just Games Workshop. There is so much more in the hobby, and these are like prime example of like cool uses of time and energy and creative. Oh, dude, second instance, I am like BattleTech. I can't help it. Like, I want it. Sergeant Major Clutch, if thanks, Jeb. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how it came out. This one I'm not gonna do Copperleaf. I'm gonna make it probably like a cool old like Russian color or something. I want it to be kind of like the Sputnik sort of thing. So like in like a rusty red or a green. 2001 is the year GW doesn't get any of your money. I just subbed to the app yesterday thinking like a friend, a budding friendship here in town. He's really friends with my friend slash employee who he wanted to play Warhammer 40k for his birthday, so he quarantined for 2 weeks after having family Christmas just so he could play 40k with me. And we sat down and we played 2 rounds of 40k, 500 points yesterday, and like I went masked up, space and everything, of course. Then we sat down and played a game of Warhammer Underworlds, which was fun. I lost all the games. I didn't mind losing. It was really fun to hang out with someone. But I was struck by like how I never want to give Games Workshop a cent ever again. The app is so bad. The fact that like, oh, you paid for this monthly subscription for an app, and then I have to pay $45 per codex to have in there. That's really frustrating. Extremely frustrating. Gold Leaf the gun. Count Chocula, how's it going? Melkindor, I feel ya. Like, scale models, Gundams, Lego, terrain, it's all part of the hobby. Like, we don't have to, like, especially if you're not playing games, man. It's just like, what are we doing? So I'm having fun with, I bought a bunch of these over my birthday, Christmas, because they were on sale, and I got into Gamma Wolves, and I mean I was already into Gunpla, but here this is. I'm like, I get something to do, and I'm having fun. It's fun having this project. I'm really thrilled about it, dude. D&D Beyond is basically free for as much as they give you. It's amazing. It's so good. They sell virtual dice for $15. Yeah, there's just so many things that they do, and I've been saying this for a long time, and I really want people to know that I'm not saying it to be a dick. I'm saying it for people to understand that Games Workshop is not a games company. They've tricked you because they have games in their name. They are a model company. They make cool models for an all right game, and I'm way more into, like I said, Warhammer Underworlds because they've thought about it a lot more. So that game gets a lot of respect for me. I'm more into that aspect of it, but I know that it's not perfect. It's got problems too. It's almost homework. It's like someone's geometry textbook. You guys are so funny. Um, the instructions are, this is no more complex than putting together an IKEA shelf or a Lego. They've gotten really good at removing all of the like writing in it, so it's just the parts and the pieces, which is awesome. Like I'm really happy with how the rules go in this. The instructions go. They're extremely easy to follow. I mean, like, I clip everything out all at once, which is probably not the way to do it. In fact, I do not recommend new people doing it this way, but I'll say it is pretty fun. It is extremely fun, actually. Yeah, that's what I mean. Dude, the Ethereum stuff looks really cool. I dig that. Dude, so the Latino, I've seen that article. As soon as Scott was talking about that, I was like, I've seen that article. I remember when that happened. And yeah, they scrubbed it. You cannot find it. But it was just like, thank you, Scott. We need more of the bigger people to just call it out for what it is, because I think so many people and that isn't a knock. Truthfully, it isn't a knock. I actually think that they are a better game, model company than they are a games company. They shouldn't be trying to be something that they aren't. Well, I mean, truth be told, we all own Warhammer models. How often do you have to play the game to say that you actually play the game? I have 5 Warhammer armies, of which I've only played with one. And I did that a year and a half ago. I played with Necrons yesterday just so I could finally say that my first army that I started collecting I actually played with once, and I lost horribly because I was using 8th edition Necrons, because good luck finding the codex because COVID's messed everything up. So it's like, it's all right if that's all they are, is a model company. I don't knock them. Wizards of the Coast is to RPGs what GW is to minis, and you can't change your mind. In Top Hat, you might not be wrong, but here's the difference. RPGs are meant to be like open for everybody who is in them. Yeah, 20 beyond 20, yeah, which is amazing. I think that that's really cool. But most people I know that have Warhammer and play Warhammer, they make lots of excuses why they don't play Warhammer. And I know that's like kind of a dig, but it's like that's really the truth. They don't play it. Oh yeah. I see what you're saying there. Whoa! I'm getting some vibrations going on. What's happening? Oh, thank you, IMDb, for letting me know that there's a new trailer for me to watch. Oh boy. Move that. Yeah, Latino hot, like, I think that that's actually, like, the average. I think that's normal, which is fine. And it also, understanding that, helps reduce the amount of stress I have to actually finish an army. Like, Melkindor, thanks so much for the sub. I appreciate that. Very sweet of you. But I want, I want people to, just like take a step back, be kind of like, let's think about the hobby a little differently. Like, you don't have to be building an army to play a game. You can just be building it for fun. I know House of Cards is a little problematic now, as Kevin Spacey is a total piece of human garbage. But like, he sat there and he painted historical models as a way to like make his night not as crazy. And I truthfully really appreciated seeing a character like him take time, painting an army. I was like he's doing this, and it's not like a kid thing, and it's not, like, it's his wind down time. And then he had a threesome with his bodyguard, which is just totally unrealistic. Killed him about 4 times. Yeah. And so, like, I think if we all had just a little bit different, like, sort of, just a little different time with the hobby, different expectations with the hobby, I think we'd all have much more fun. And that's part of what, like, I want to bring to people. I want people to feel that and feel more holistic about their time spent and not feel like they've wasted it. Like, no, you haven't, because you weren't going to play it anyway. You're having fun. We're taking time. We're being creative. Like, this is more than worth it. So, like, the second that you remove the game from the equation, you can actually start thinking about the hobby so much as something so much more fun, which I really like. I appreciate it. I would rather think about this hobby as something that I actually have fun doing than something I'm obligated to do. The movie Ronin. Really? Okay, Chuck the Painter. You can't stand the people who play. I have ran into that too. And it's because there's like this like whole kind of weird elitist thing that happens with it. And I've met great players. Like, I've had so much fun with people playing. And I've played a fair number of games that have been kind of turdy. Turdy games. But I will say this, like, whoa, what is going on with this? Oh, I can do... Oh, we're doing... This guy's going to be big. He needs big things. Yeah, and so I'm having much more fun, kit pashing, painting, doing that side of the hobby. For me, I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic. This Gamma Wolves has me so hyped right now. Like, so hyped. I wanted to get into Gaslands, but none of my friends were really into it. I think I can get people into this. I think I can get people into this, right? Alright, we're gonna go down here. We're gonna put this in here. Oop. Oh yeah. Got that in there. I'm gonna give you the flying fister and the other puncher. Right here. Oh yeah, look at that beefy boy. Look at that guy. Look at that little robot man. Doing like the old... Oh man, I could totally make like a gorilla type mech. Put like tiny legs on. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I'm getting ideas. You read the game of... It's such a good rulebook. Like, Ash nailed it as far as like stuff goes. Like, really, Fornosika, hey, how you doing? This is a 30-minute missions kit from it's a Bandai. It's a Gunpla. It's the Port Nova Space Type Gray. If you get 2 of these kits, you can build them so it has like a quadruped mech, of which is what I'm building. I'm building a big old dog thing. SD Gunnins for the tiny legs. This is one of my favorite things that I've built, and I just like panel lined it with a pen, and like I'm not gonna do anything else to it. I love this little model kit. he's so chonky. I might paint the blade to actually have like glow, but like I love this little thing. I'm shocked and not shocked at how many just straight up racist people there are in the competitive Warhammer community. It's like embarrassing how like just completely like abhorrent some of the people's behavior is. You're just like, really? How? Alright, let's see here. Well, and like, unless you're gonna take time to actually get to know your army really well, like, being a highly competitive player is really hard. It is an extremely difficult thing to do. Oh yeah, look at that. So I'm all about like having fun with it, just having fun. I love playing little games with my friends. I love like, but like as I think I'm kind of done with doing, unless if I can do like an actual in-person competition, painting competition. I think I'm done painting for competition. But I think I'm also done playing for competition. I just want to have fun. I want to hang out with my friends and have a good time. Is it okay to have a good time? Can we have a good time, people? Can we all like make a New Year's outlook? I'm using Giggling Geek X, Giggling Geek X's outlook on life instead of doing year resolutions. Let's just have year outlooks. Let's just like try to shift our frame of thinking on things to just like have more fun with the hobby that we do. Like, have more fun with it. If that means that you end up playing more games, awesome. But just enjoying the time spent building something, enjoying somebody else's creation, and if that means that you don't do anything but build a model and put it on your shelf, that's awesome. Or if that means that you get it and you get inspired to do something wild with it, like not holding yourself to like the standard of like, what if I mess up the model? Like, no, enjoy it. Explore these things. You know, like we're so much better when we explore stuff. Giggling Geekette, you have a link for the info on the yearly themes. If I knew how to give you a permission, I would say share that stuff. But what you should do is you should throw it in the Discord, and all of you that you aren't in the Discord, hop in the Discord, ! Discord. It should give you a link to the Brush Coven. Come on over, hang out. It's a great time. We have a lot of fun there. CGP Gray's themes. Okay, gotcha. Jarrett, hey, how you doing, man? I missed you. You hopped in here. Let's have a great time. Yeah, one-page rules. Idiot Painter. One-page rules is badass. I love one-page rules. You'd rather know who the Nazis are so you can avoid them. I feel ya. I feel ya. If Dr. Tentacle's still in the room, this was the song that he wanted to name A Fart in the Wind, and will never forget it, and I kind of feel bad that I said, I'm not naming a song A Fart in the Wind. Now I'm kind of like, I probably should have named it Fart in the Wind. That's how much you guys mean to me. I think about you long after the interaction has happened. Trying to understand what's happening here. Oh, you either do a chonky leg or you do a chicken leg, and we're doing chicken legs. We're getting crazy with it. A drop in the ocean, subtitle, a fart in the wind. Just been mod podging, avoiding your keyboard for a few minutes here and there. I feel ya. I'm doing really well, man. I'm feeling pretty good today. I had an interesting week of revelation and introspection. I got to talk with Giggling Gig last night, and it was awesome. So glad to share that with you. The podcast is going to go to bi-weekly for a little bit, so it'll be a couple weeks before it's out. But truly one of the most special experiences I've had in a long time. It was a total honor, a total pleasure. It was fantastic. So you all should be very excited for that. Just put in quotations. Bob Rossett and past those fabulous locks. What's up, Flair? How you doing? Dude, Catspot, thanks for hanging out, man. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that you came in. Try Twin Peaks. It's worth it. Just, you gotta be patient with it. Really went to school with some real biffers. I like that. Biffers. Aw. BFers. Britain Firsters. Now we can call them Biffers. I think that totally works. Britain Firsters. Oh yeah. I mean, like, I grew up out in the middle of Oregon, and everybody thinks that Oregon's this, like, bastion of liberal thinking. If you're not in Portland or Eugene, you are in secessionist territory, and that place gets rather scary pretty quick. So I imagine that there are some very unenlightened views going on about the coup that happened on, was it Tuesday or Wednesday? It was Wednesday. Oh, horrible. It's been a horrible week for the nation. I ain't even gonna try to make it seem like it was good. It was. We got some problems here, peeps. Oh no! It's a sexist slur. Like, is that like a sexist slur for like men? Like what is it? Like, to me, I imagine Biff from Back to the Future, who's basically like fucking Donald Trump. So like when I see that, that's what I imagine, like something of that nature. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now that's a intense thing to say. That is a definite intense thing to say. Just chilling, having a great day, enjoying all. Good. I'm glad that you're here enjoying it. Make like a tree and get out of here. Yep. That's it. That's the world we live in right now. Okay. So that goes there. This goes here. Where is it? It goes here. You were quoting Biff, and then Biffer 8 came crashing down. Aw, that's so mean. That's not right. I think we should reclaim that for people that are like the current sitting president here in the United States for the next, what day is it? The 10th. 10 more days, people. 10 more days. And we can sit back, maybe get a little bit of peace, maybe. I'm not like holding my breath, but you know. One-page rules Grimdark Future is Warhammer. If you go back and watch any Wylock Let's Play, he's doing one-page rules, and it plays exactly like Warhammer. They just simplified it, and it looks like a blast. Like, absolute blast. I guess it can mean whatever we want. Okay, where are we at here? Let's do crab legs. Get the craft man out here. What's happening? They just like show there's no instructions to make this thing. It's just like put it together. Okay. Alright. How do you make that chicken leg part? Alright, people. We're in the rare air. We're going off instructions. So parts wise, we got this guy. We got this guy. We got this guy. This guy. Got this guy. Okay. The Gundam version of now draw the rest of the owl. Giggling Good Cat, you got your roommate hooked on Craftsman. Craftsman's one of the best things ever. I'm so glad that my wife got some Craftsman stickers. Check this out. Check this out. Alright. What in the world? It's the best. He's so good. Our world doesn't deserve him. He's that good. Okay, let's get these pieces here. That's fantastic. Yeah, right? I'm not going to dive off the end from Indiana. And Pence is the good guy right now. Yeah, right? That's the craziness that's happened. Like, I am ready to be off this ride. It's what inspires you to be the world. Yes. I love the term North Star. You'd like this. You used that last night, and that really resonated with me. Okay, we got this claw part here. Let's take a look at this and see if we need anything else. Feels like I'm missing a piece, but maybe not. Got copper leaf already in this thing from doing it the other day. Okay, so that goes there. And that means this goes here. else do we got? We got one of these. One of these guys. Dude, Spencer, thanks for hanging out, man. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that that you got to catch some of it. John, hey buddy, what's going on, man? Thanks so much for hanging out. Everybody say hi to John. John is one of my first people who started commenting on my videos and talking with me online about the content and the artists. Him and his wife have been doing art and alike for a long time, and so he's got this really great insight to the conversation, and it's been really great getting to know you. So thank you so much for being part of it. I know you don't like doing the live stream stuff often, so it means a lot that you're here. I hope hope that your weekend has gone well, and I hope that you and yours is enjoying this time. Oh, look at all that love. A Fender phone app. Oh, really? Top Hat, can you be next? Fables, what's going on, buddy? John, as far as I know, I had to try this thing. It's cool shit. Yeah. I don't think John is on Instagram. I have kind of asked, but I asked like once, and if I don't get like a real push on like people wanting to share their socials, I don't go any deeper because some people just don't like it. And I appreciate that autonomy there. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. Oh, this thing's getting wild. Oh my god. I stinking love this model. The chicken legs are so crazy. Here we are. You're writing a video. Dude, 5 Torches Deep seems really cool. I don't have that book. I did, fellow friend of RPGs, I did just get this in. I gotta clean up my studio, it's bad. Necronautilus, this is just the standard cover. I backed the Kickstarter, and the limited edition cover looked like this, and I did not like the limited edition cover as much as I like this one. I think this is really cool and beautiful. It is a rules light hack of, I believe, the Black Hack, and it basically is like the Other Worlds, only you are dead. You're like a spirit agent that comes back to solve stuff, so it's kind of built for like one-offs and just for people who may not want to do long campaign things. It's pretty cool. I need to sit down and read it a lot more, but as far as like a weird thing goes, this one's really cool. 18 pages. Lies! Dark Vision video called Fuck Dark Visions. I don't even know what Dark Vision is. John, I'm glad that you understand your limits on stuff like that. If you're not gonna enjoy it, not gonna have fun with it, no sense putting yourself through the chaos of social media. So I'm just glad that you're here. I'm glad that we've been able to connect over this past year. It's really meant a lot. Since you're here, the podcast is going to go for at least a little bit to an every other week thing until I can kind of get back into the flow of it. I realized that like taking the holiday break off of doing it, I got really out of swing on it, and I also like kind of really wanted to do a couple different things for the channel. So I want to keep the podcast going. I want the content to be really good, but I need to do some stuff so I emotionally don't suffer through it. So it's going to have to go to like a little bit of a different pace for me to be able to navigate it. Oop. There we go. So that was what we were talking about earlier. But I'm very excited to keep it up. It's been a really good thing for me. There we go. Dude, I'm excited for the like. I love your videos. I love your workshops on D&D stuff. I think that those videos, like, I know that like it sucks to like start over on an account, but I think if you had more stuff like that involved in your content creation and focused on that a little bit more off the beginning, to build your audience, I think that would be really good for the channel. I mean, just as the outsider looking in. So I hope that's true, and I hope that you can get people as invested on that stuff as you have other things in your life, and that way brings more attention to the Fables story. You know, the fact that you have a group of people who are committed to doing it for 3 years, that's like, it's one of the most amazing relationships ever. So kudos to you for making that work. It's magical darkness. Just did that the wrong way. Because I think those like DM lessons things are really good. I think they are top-notch content, man. Other chicken foot. All right, let's get this guy chicken footed up. Oh, that is totally kick-ass looking. Oh, I'm definitely going to be painting this. I will not be painting it today because my studio is tore up. I was trying to get a monitor so I can actually read chat and not have to cock my head super hard to the side like this, which hurts. I have an old monitor that my wife used to use for her business, and she upgraded to something nicer, and so I was going to use it and that, but now I'm in this weird zone of like being like in between studios at the moment. But I will be painting it, yes. This is the Port Nova space type gray 30-minute missions model. It's pretty cool. I dig it. We're gonna do some basing here soon too. Once I get it built, I'm gonna put it on a base, kind of lay some stuff out. Apocalypse basing. That's what I called it. So tall. It's such a tall boy. It's awesome. They're gnarly model. Fiction, what's going on? How you doing? There we go. Model is now complete. Cool. So, to do this, how do we build the quadruped? it's got a... The backpack turns into that. Okay, cool. Dude, the real grade new Gundam is so cool. It's so cool. I don't own that model, but I think that kit is just absolutely stunning looking. Let's see here. Twist it back. Yeah. That is a mean old looking model. Look at those legs. It's insane. It's insane. I am having so much fun with these Gunpla kits. Fiction, if you're still there, check this out. I did this last week. I took one of the basic model kits and I copper leafed it, and then I antiqued it, so it gave it a wild and new finish, something a little different, something I'd never seen on a kit. Was inspired by watching a Chibi-Wan stream, which if you're on Twitch, which it looks like you are, you should check Chibi-Wan stream out. He Gold leaves a lot of cool stuff and it's very fun to watch. But this has all kind of inspired me to get weird with it. It did. It turned out really cool. I'm thinking about going at it with some of this bright pale green and adding like patina of like on the copper to like edge highlight it to give it just a little bit more definition. Randall, what's going on, man? Sasby is very cool. It is very cool. A Gundam D&D quest? Yeah, that would be awesome. It's so fun trying different stuff out, and you know, getting away from the idea of like, you know, the war game mentality to just like try something different. Like this has been exactly what my mental health needed right now. It's just like, let's play this, let's have fun. If it turns out like crap, this was a $10 model. I can just, you know, clean it, you know. It's awesome. Like I love the idea of these, and you know, once you do a couple Gundam kits at like 20 or 30 bucks a pop, and you're like, man, I've had more fun just building and playing with this stuff than I have the last, you know, X amount of Games Workshop stuff. You know, it kind of gives you this like whole new like, I don't know, like it made me like super inspired to be doing stuff again. So okay, let's see here. Let's put this backpack together. What do we got going on? Space backpack is what they call it. I'm also gonna have a little bit of a fig bar right now. If you guys haven't got yourself a little snack, get a snack. Drink some water. Get a stretch. Feel good. I actually might do a little stretch myself. You love building them. Fiction, that's one of the things that I'm starting to realize that, like, sometimes I don't want to paint. I just straight up don't want to paint. Like, I've had some really fun pieces. Like, I was looking at this one the other day. This is actually one of my favorite pieces I've ever done. It is this crazy model. I did this on stream within my first couple months of being on stream. And it's not, like, done, but it totally could be done. And I dry brushed it. I spent 20 minutes on this model. Like, literally, it took longer to build it than it took to paint it. And this makes me so happy. So it's like sometimes you just don't have to actually do everything to, like, competition level. This looks so good on the shelf. It looks great in my case. It's just such a cool model, and I have plans to go back in and dial it in a little bit better. But really, it might not ever be better than what this is, right? Was it the Fables? Was it the '08, the Mobile Suit '08, where they were running through the jungle and everything? That one kind of felt like a D&D thing. It was great, great series. Everything is better when you add space in front of it. Yeah. Man, I'm sorry that that lockdown's so intense. Yeah, and Randall, like, you know, if you understand a little bit of color theory and a little bit, like, I picked, you know, baby blue and orange, and then I picked the midtones of both of them, laid down the midtones first, and then dry brushed the highlights on both directions, and that turned into that, you know, like, it's just like a little bit of color calculation, and you end up with something pretty badass without, like, hardly any effort. That's the cool thing. Hardly any effort went into that. What do we got going on now? Model here, model here. I'm gonna roll these parts. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. Okay, cool. Gives you all these weird hard points. I love that these are called hard points to mount stuff. Nope. Had a gift bar. What is that? GIF bar? Yeah, John, that's exactly where I'm at. Like, with the absence of a reason to push myself to that level of excellence the entire time, and excellence is a real. Oh, hey, this is where it teaches you how to do the space leg. So I did it right. But yeah, it's a really hard thing to do. To like keep yourself going at that sort of level for that long, you know? There's no reason to do that to yourself. Oh, cool. On here. This is wild, guys. There's so much more stuff on this kit than I was expecting. This kit, I mean, like, building kits and talking is not the, you know, best way to get things done quickly. Dude, don't correct me, robot. Fig Newtons are the best. I can't help it. I have, like, really sensitive blood sugar, and so if I do something that, like, spikes my blood sugar, it really tanks me for the rest of the day, and Fig Newtons don't do that. They sit nice. I don't get heartburn from them. I like them. Yeah, this guy has a ton of extras. And I got... Like I said, I ordered a bunch of stuff, a bunch of parts, too. Oh, yeah. I ordered this armor kit, and I know it's not for this helmet, but it's got, like, some, like, Iron Knight thing that's pretty awesome. Aslam! Arslam. Oh my god, my brain. Arslam 13, how you doing today? Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Murder Basement. I've reappeared. Hey, Randall. Yeah, the rifle is cool. Yeah, another backpack and a pair of legs. That's yeah. I think the backpack attaches on, and I think you attach another pair of legs onto the backpack as well as like connector points. I've got to figure that out, but I think that's what they're saying here. Put this here. Oh. Okay. Taking way longer than I was expecting, but that's alright. I'm having a good time. Then we go. Oh, I see. Let me just put these together and then they clip on. Whee! This is wild. What an interesting design. There we go, snap on. The fact that like you build all these without any glue, wild. Absolutely wild. Imitation spam worked fine. Okay, good to know. Imitation spam, some sort of contradiction. Yeah, right? That's so funny. Okay, alright, let's get this on here. These guys have this little guy going on. Oh, and these are like little boosters. I see. Whoa. The samurai the samurai one looks badass. Yeah, if you get good clippers, you don't have to sand them a whole lot. If you're gonna leave them without paint, like I think sanding them is a pretty good idea. But like, I'm kind of in that weird zone of like, if I don't have to, I don't think I want to. I don't think I need to. I think they look pretty damn cool. You know, once you put paint on them, you can't really tell. I found that out at least in Warhammer models for sure. Alright, jetpack going there, jetpack going there. Does Roy fit in the middle? Roy, please fit in the middle. Oh yeah, Roy fits in the middle. How cool is that? Backpack here. This thing is ready for takeoff. Keep on steady crafting. Send the elevator note. Demat, I'm sure I've asked you this before, but have you gotten yourself a razor yet? If you haven't, you really should. You don't really sand anymore. Yeah, I'm much faster with my X-Acto knife, but I will say for things like this surface here, going with the racer, this is the dream. SD is back to sleep. I love that you call him SD. That's so funny. Oh man, there are so many hard points all over this model. Like you could make this thing just absolutely. I mean, it's a huge kit, anyways. I mean, it's gonna get bigger here in a second. We're gonna add more we're gonna add more chicken legs. So let's see, what does it need to do the chicken legs? Because look at that. Look at that thing. That's absolutely massive. Yeah, you usually can't tell, right? I got a set of chisels from USA Gundam store that I haven't used yet. I got the Mr. Hobby ones. And I'm very excited because I need to try this on my PG because it's a little too basic. So that's gonna be one of those things that I'm gonna do a video on and actually explore how that all works and how it looks and was it worth it? That whole sort of thing. I haven't tried the Monument Scraper. I need to order. I want to get their primers when they get some of the other colors. I have so much Dino Res though. I'm not going to get the black and white. It's just there's no reason to double up on that anymore. Okay, so I need one more backpack. It looks like, and one more set of chicken legs to make the quadruped. They have all these guns and things too. Chicken legs. Henry on YouTube did a video with markers and Q-tips. Who's Henry? I don't know if I've seen his videos. Dino Res is so good. It's unbelievably good. And I imagine that Monument is every bit as good as that. That's my imagination. Like they don't mess around. Oh, Vegeta. Okay, yeah, I've checked out Vegeta. Not many of them. I've been kind of like going through Zach Aurelius's custom stuff. He's an interesting guy as far like talk about someone who's had really good luck on YouTube. So like I don't think that his content's horrible by any stretch of the imagination. But it also like I find myself like he's definitely got way better at it. But like I wish he would show more of the actual steps of what he's doing instead of just like talking about it afterwards. Even like a shitty live stream video is better than just like the looking at the done model, if you ask me. But that's nobody asks me anything anymore. Yeah, Giggling Geekette, I'm 100% with you, and I have talked with Slow Fuse Jason, and that's on the table. They are in the same boat, so we don't have to wait that long. Yeah, I kind of figured that. I haven't been able to get Monument is on the ball. I haven't got Spiky Bits to really respond to me in a while, and truth be told, I haven't tried in a while. But I want to talk. I want to talk with Zach Aurelius. It sounds like he's moving to Florida to work for USA Gundam Store, which sounds awesome, actually. Yeah, I could see how he would get the same sort of shit as Spiky Bits. I always feel bad for Rob. Like I really like Rob. I like his videos. I think is really honest about what he does. But I think people, because of the Spiky Bits website, they got all crazy about him. Apollo, sorry, I just like crammed an entire Big Newton in my mouth. But thank you for being here. Dude, Giggling Geekette, have such an awesome time. Good luck with your one shot. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh my god. I shouldn't have put the entire thing in my mouth, but you know, sometimes you just can't help it. I wonder if I can build a whole nother, like if all the parts that I'm using to make this will make a model that's just we'll have enough parts left over to just be a regular model. Like I wonder, I think maybe I need some polycaps by the end. It's hard to say. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure that it isn't Steinolrez. They wouldn't. Not saying that they wouldn't license out somebody else's product, but I could see that they would absolutely use their own stuff. The thighs from the regular model. You might be right. I was looking at this and it looks like you need the chicken legs. Well, it looks like the chicken legs attach straight to the backpack. So it looks like you just need the actual chicken leg part to plug in. So it looks like the thighs you don't need that. But it looks like I'm losing a polycap, which might mean that I can't build a full model. Not really, but you know me. We can build a model. That's never stopped us before. What's up, Beer Hoax? How you doing? Happy New Year, buddy. How's things been? Dude, Apollo, if you haven't tried them, I love the Pro Curl paints. They've changed the way I hobby. The only thing that I haven't really figured out whether or not I really like it or not is the transparents. They're interesting, but they don't work the way I expected them to. So, take that for what it's worth. If you want to save some money, I have an affiliate link. It is Murder Basement. When you check out, you get 5% off. I get a little cut. It's kind of awesome. There are other people that have bigger cuts, but if you wanted to support the channel, that's a really great way to do it for free. Well, I mean, I guess it's not technically free. You do have to buy kick-ass paints that'll change your life. Thanks so much. Walter's Workshop, what's going on? I'm doing very well. Having a lot of fun. The other day when I was in your stream and I kind of mentioned it, and I haven't shared any photos in your thing. This is what I was working on the other day. I copper leafed a model. It got wild. pretty stoked with it. Scale 75, I know a lot of people like them, you know, and I've heard comparisons of scale to Pro Acryl. So if you're used to scale, I think that you'll feel right at home with Pro Acryl. Pro Acryl took me a little bit to learn because it's such a different pigment. It is I went from Army Painter, it was dramatically different between the two, so I kind of had to like relearn how to paint. But the end result, man, woo, fantastic. All right, let's take a look at this. What else do we got going on here? Crafter's Forge, what's going on? How you doing? The GSW stuff, I think would be really cool. The candy inks, I've heard a lot of people use those. But I mean, like, to be completely honest, I have so much Daler-Rowney ink, I don't need to buy any more inks. They don't bring anything new to my life. I think this is all I need. Actually, is these two screws. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Oh, hot damn. Heard great things about Pro Acryl and Joint Scale 75. Super matte, and the texture is very interesting. Yeah, I love the Pro Acryl stuff. It's very different. Scale uses a gel-based medium, I believe, which paint's just a little bit different. But they're all about the same. Their inks are very different to regular acrylics. That's good to know. Oprah Smash. Oh, I guess I missed Azralam. Hey, thanks for answering that. Yeah, yeah. The polycaps. That's what it is. Looking up here. Chat, you guys are clipping right along. Yeah, Mikey, I'm on a total Brian freeze right now too. I've got to go through some stuff. Glad you're doing well, Crafter's Forge. You actually do that. Here's a polycap. Polycap, it's what so this right here. It's a like a rubbery piece of plastic that gives you articulation but holds it together without glue. So you can get a nice tight fit without having to you know, actually put like bolt stuff down essentially. So it's pretty cool. So excited for this thing to get super meched out on it. Yeah, I gotta get some YouTube videos finished. I've got my whole Gunpla series that I'm really excited about, and I think that'll help a lot of people who have been kind of interested in it, like get into it in a way that makes sense to them. And you know, people who know stuff about it, you know, like I do a lot of comparison back and forth to the wargaming hobby, which they aren't that different. And like really, Gunpla people aren't really any different than Warhammer people. We're all a little neurotic. We all would rather be building stuff than watching TV, for the most part. Although we were watching The Alienist right now. Oh my god, season 2 of that is wild. You know, you gotta take a break, right? Thought I was gonna get to some basing today, and I am not. Not on stream anyway. I have some to clean the house, run the vacuum, scrub a toilet or two. You know, regular life stuff. Ugh. Okay. What do I do with that thing then? Apollo, I got some great responses to that. I was actually really touched by how many people came out, and I had a couple like nice little like really direct criticisms. Like a couple people did not like the Creature Caster episode, as it like basically just seemed like a commercial for Creature Caster, which I get the criticism on that. And you know, but also like when does Creature Caster ever talk to the public about what they do, you know? Like to me, I would rather give them a platform than sit there and have to wonder what the fuck they're thinking about, as like, you know, they are really on their own, you know, wavelength all the time. So it was interesting. It was stuff like that where I was like, "Oh, I didn't expect to hear that sort of response." And I totally get where it comes from. And like, you know, so the few exceptions like that, you know, like, you know, I think that I've done a pretty decent job of appealing to who needs it. And let's see here. I think this goes on here. Yeah, that goes there. And this goes here. Oh, I don't think I can have this backpack on there. I think I have to take that off. I think this goes here. That's exactly how it goes. And then the feet go on, and then it's like this. Yeah, the the timing was very weird. And the problem was, hey Nate, thanks for hanging out. I'm glad that you were here, and yes, you will definitely see me next week. You felt like Gunpla was your dirty little secret. Dude, I'm glad that you're getting some hobby time. That's Arazlam. Oh my god, my brain. Glad that you're getting some hobby time with some friends. It's always really important. So I'm glad that that's working for you. Okay, where's the piece? What's going on here? I think Gunpla is super cool. I think whatever you do in the hobby that makes you happy is totally fine. If it makes you happy, I say do it. And we snap on over to the episode of The Simpsons where it's Chief Wiggum sitting in Moe's bar and they're all in their undies. I say if it feels good, do it. And then one of his friends, I think it was Carl, snaps his undies. He's like, please don't snap my undies. Dude, I hope you do, man. And when you do, let me know. I would love to sit down and watch a build and hang out with you. And if you can't, don't hold it against yourself. You know, life has changed a lot for you, and you're doing your best. So you can only do what you can do. You know what I'm saying? Ear Hoax, thank you so much, man. Take it easy. Thanks, man. This track was one of the first that I did when I got the mini brute, and I did it in one shot. I have no idea how I did it. I've never been able to program anything like this again. Modular synthesis is not like regular musicianship stuff. It is much more what's the term that I'm going to use? It's much more piloting. So yeah, I don't know how I did it, but it was really fun to do. I guess I gotta get over here to space quadruped thing so I can actually see what the hell is going on. Wow, you're not even at all. That's intense. I wish the United States would do something like that. Do something so people could actually stay home. Follow, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, a few Brits for hobby stuff. Yeah, I've definitely noticed that too. Space legs. Space legs. Dude, Apollo, thanks for the sub, man. That's really sweet. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I think that you're probably one of my newest, if you just did that. Apollo, you did that on. Okay, cool. I was gonna say, like, I don't know how YouTube subs work yet. It's all so new. I haven't quite figured that stuff out. No gathering, indoor, outdoor. Hush money. It's also like this. I totally pulled off his entire butt. Yeah, you're totally right. It is a better streaming platform. I'm still going to keep on multi-streaming between YouTube and Twitch because I want to be able to hit a broader audience. That's been really cool. You know, last week it made sense. I was like, oh wow, there's a lot of people here who don't do Twitch at all, and this is like something that they can finally enjoy. So like I like appealing to both platforms. I think it's important. I hope it's important. See, we helped you. The problem with, like, I got a lot of, small business friends here, and we're all like, we need more assistance that isn't just loans. We need like something that straight up allows us to shut our doors and not stress about it. But the problem with like a loan is like they really want you to put a lot of skin in the game, and that can be just like really prohibitive. Okay, there we go. broke it. Oh, I broke it again. I broke it. I broke it all. I'm gonna have to put some glue on that, and it's never gonna hold. It's too heavy for that little thing. That thing is wild. What a wild mech. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to put this on the big base. And we're gonna load them up with parts. Oh, I broke them again. Fuck this. Where's my glue? Somewhere I have glue. Well, I don't know where my glue is at. So somewhere I have glue. Okay. Well, looking at the time, my boy is up and he loves the robot. Jeb. Yeah, there's some people that like, I mean, we made a big, like, we didn't make up the amount of money that we lost, but like we definitely did better than a lot of people did. That makes me feel really guilty. Like, survivor's guilt is a real thing in my emotional standpoint. I'm trying not to be you know, let it affect me, but you know, it's sometimes really hard not to, especially when I have friends that are, you know, their businesses are still suffering so much. Glue together, please. Glue together, stay together. There we go. Yeah, virus let's get back on top. Virus sucks. You are not wrong there, buddy. Alright. That was some super thick used here, because I couldn't find my regular glue. But, you know, got some super thick, why not? Oop. Okay. I had to mix it because I over thickened it and you couldn't really spread it on easily, so I added a little bit of the quickset version in there, and that stuff like made it super liquidy, as I think it is only, you know, acetone. It smells 100% like acetone. I'm pretty stoked about this model. I think it's awesome. Berserker Works, what's going on, my man? How you been? It's going well. We're just building mechs here in the murder basement, having fun. Getting ready to kind of wrap her up today. This thing is massive in comparison to my last one. Let me see if it'll even fit on the base. Dude, I'm doing well. Just having some time to get a little bit of hobby stuff done, enjoy where I'm at. Oh yeah, this thing's gonna be perfect. Get that whole post-apocalyptic base thing going here. It's been nice to take a little bit of time. More hobby, more better. Yeah, dude, I'm with you. This is one that I was gonna make like a multi-leg mech thing when I first started kind of getting into these models, but I didn't actually ever find one that I really liked. So it was kind of like cool to see this one pop up. I was like, oh yeah, this is exactly what I want. So I'm gonna make it go, build its guns. I'm gonna glue stuff to the base. It's gonna get wild. I love this. Your dumbass accidentally subbed again. Min-max. Well, at least the Drexel things will get going. And you know, we can just say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, smash them like buttons. Mikey, it looks totally like Tau. There's some of these things, like there's this one, I got stuff buried under. There's one called Raboy or Rabot or Rabo or Rabbit. And they look really funny, like buffed up Tau guys. It's awesome. Aw, Min-max, that makes me so happy. Thank you so much. Berserker Works Gunpla is very easy to get into. It's extremely cheap, and you can go as little into it or as much into it as you want. And because it all comes pre-painted, you don't have to, like pre-painted. All the plastic is there. You don't have to spend any time painting it if you don't want to. You just move on. It's really fun. Yeah, look at all these like fun people here in chat hanging out. Makes me so happy. Makes me so happy. But I am actually at a really good. How many people I can tag? I'm actually kind of at a stopping point here, where the next step is, you know, planning out the base. And if I start doing that, I'm going to find myself being like here for another several hours. And like I said, I'm gonna have to do some housework, so I'm gonna have to actually pass you off to somebody out. Oh, I know you're probably right that Tau copied Gundam. You know, like the models are too $12 gets you, but you can spend enough money that your spouse will leave you. Isn't that the same with anything in this hobby? So. Dude, so that's what I was kind of thinking. Doing some more diorama stuff with them, having fun with them. Just like they're cheap toys, basically, that you can. You know, I'm having fun. I mean, Berserker Works. Did you see this guy that I did? I keep on pulling him out. Copper Leaf. This one. Aged him. Hit it with a liver of sulfur. Made my studio smell like farts for an entire day. It was awesome. Turned out great. Stuff like that. Dude, Arislam 13, thank you so much for hanging out. This has been absolutely fantastic. So I'm staying broke despite her. Damn. That's some sass right there. Berserker Works, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm going to go back to big screen here. Oh my god, look at me. I'm so close to my mic because I'm moving things around. I'm trying to get the studio to make a little bit more sense. What? Oh, I broke it. I literally just broke it. I'm telling you, this has been it's been an interesting couple of days in here. Boulder Creek Railroad. Oh, dude, I know, right? Luke Talon's crazy. Big face cam. My whole thing that's going on right now is I'm trying to get the studio in a better space so I can easily read your guys, and not have to keep my head like creaked like this to read chat. Still working on trying to figure out how to get all chats in one area. Haven't found a good solution for that. There's got to be one, but I haven't found it yet. So that's hard. But I've got this cool old monitor that I'm going to use as like being able to read chat, and also make sure that I know I'm on camera and squared up. So that's going to be cool. It's just a thing. It's getting the right cables, getting the right pieces. Stream will be going easier. Doing YouTube videos will be easier too once I get it all figured out. Oh my god. I'll mess with that later. It's been a day. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I love chatting and hanging out with everybody. It means a lot that you all come and spend your days off here. I don't often. Oh my God, we got the echo. We got the echo. Pause that shit. Who's on? We got AT Roger. We got Brush Crash. We got Cutthroat. We got Reiner. Man, we should go say hi to Reiner today. We haven't seen him in a while. And he's like. Do I need to Eenie multi-cam? Dude, Berserker, I'm glad you could come in for a little bit too. I just need more space. My studio really isn't built for this, so it's just hard. So, but yeah, like Reiner has been he just started his own business. I'm like really excited for him. Want to support him. Doing like computer coding stuff or something, web design, network design. I don't know. It sounded fucking cool. I'm really excited for him. So we'll go over there. We'll say hi. We'll cheer on our man. But I really appreciate you sitting down and hanging with me today. I really needed it. I had to really not a bad week, but I had a week that was a lot more. It was a lot harder than I was ready for. Got this foot on backwards and it's pissing me off as I was looking at it. Reiner is an actual adult. Yeah, I feel ya. Teleprompter is something I've thought a lot about. I've looked at that thing. That's a really good idea. Camera behind the teleprompter. That's brilliant. Before I pass us off, I'll take this moment to say thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for supporting me. It truly from the bottom of my heart is just touching, and when I have a hard week, I need those things to remind me how good this community is and how special it is here. So thank you all so much for that. If you want to continue to support me in other ways, the Patreon is easily the best way. Once Twitch eventually offboards me from Twitch and you can't sub to me there is going to be I already have YouTube subs up, so you can do that there, and it basically has the same things that Twitch does and that Patreon does. Theoretically it has my brain just shut off, emotes and stuff too. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I'm still trying to figure out the multi-stream thing and how to make that best. So there's that. Thank you, Jeb. I appreciate that so much. It's always fun hanging out with you guys. You make me laugh, you make me think. Professor Frink, you makes you laugh, you makes you think. It's awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If there is anything you need and you want to talk offline, hit me up in the Discord. Let's chat. I'm there all the time, and it's one of the funniest places on the planet with a lot of really cool people. So make sure that you come hang out in the Brush Coven. Yeah, thank you. Oh yes, podcast's going to be bi-weekly for a little bit until I figure it out. Next week we got Brush for Hire on, so you guys get to enjoy that. 2 weeks from that, you'll have Giggling Geekette, which is amazing. Got the Sauce coming up after that, which if you haven't watched the Sauce is going places, and he's doing some stuff. That one's going to be really interesting. So thank you all. Thank you for joining me. All the people on YouTube. If you want to continue watching live hobby people, hop on over to Twitch. We're going to go over, we're going to raid Reiner. It's going to be a good time. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Peace. I love you. Yeah, like I said, if you need anything, hit me up off chat. All right.